All praises to Yahweh Shem Shaiman, right? Lord willing, through the Spirit, everyone's doing well, you know, enduring, man. You know what I'm saying? Enduring in these crazy times, man. As we see the day approaching, man. Because, hey, man, we see the day approaching, man. You see Trump's inauguration. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, man, we gotta keep pushing this word, man. Right? But Lord willing, brothers, sisters, families are doing well. Right? Gonna go into another breakdown, man. Right? Another breakdown. Right? On fornication. Right? Fornication. Right? Gotta really go into the Bible, man, and really study, man. Right? What is fornication? Is fornication just, you lay down with this girl, or and it was what it was, right? Is it dating? Is it this? Is it that? We have to go through the scriptures and really figure this thing out, right? We got to figure this thing out. So, Lord willing, right, this will be an edifying breakdown going into fornication. Right? I'm gonna start off with this, just a simple precepts, man. Put up in. We're gonna zoom into that. Let me see. Right, so this is the book of Second Timothy, right? Chapter 2 and verse 15. It's a really underrated verse, right? It says, 2 Timothy 2 and 15, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So if you're a workman that doesn't need to be ashamed, no one can, don't want to say confound you, but, show you wrong. Because, you studied, you know what is right, and you're moving in the Spirit, man, because it's the Holy Spirit that gives you that understanding to be able to rightly divide the word of truth, right? And that's a workman, right? Workman study it, needeth not to be ashamed. That's what it says, right? Verse 16, right? It says, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, right? Because profane and vain babblings, right? That's like that stuff that they be doing in the Christian church, where they just say, okay, but it's the Holy Spirit, right? I don't know which the Holy Spirit is not going to lead you to that, to profane and vain babblings. And it says, and their word will eat as doeth a canker, right? It's a worm, right? Because if it's a false doctrine, right, a lie, that's what it's going to be like. Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, right? Who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some. So if you're not rightly dividing the word of truth, right, your faith is going to be overthrown by hearing certain things, and you get confounded. Now you're saying, oh yeah, that's the truth. He's got the truth, right? That's not the spirit to be moving. You don't have the spirit of fear, right? You shouldn't have the spirit of fear, right? You want to be steadfast in this thing, right? You want to be making sure you're actually abiding by what the scripture is saying. You can't let somebody said something and now your faith, you just said, well, we used to teach this, but now we're teaching something else, right? You don't want to move in that spirit, right? This is Luke 22, and I'll start at verse number 31, right? It's Luke 22 and 31. It says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. And that's how it is with doctrine, man, in Israel, man. Many doctrines and many things, are just in terms of the Bible, in general rather, many doctrines to make people say, well, this is what fornication is. Fornication is so-called is laying down with a woman, right, or a man before marriage, right? It's not, in ignorance you may say that, but you have to rightly divide the word, man. Otherwise, you're going to be sift as wheat, man. Right? It says, verse 32, but I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. So those that are learned, with the faith you have, you're supposed to strengthen the brethren by teaching them, making them understand the breakdowns properly. That's going to increase and boost the faith of others around you, right? Having that understanding, that's what that does. It helps increase the faith, man, right? It helps increase the body, right? Because we're supposed to be, as a congregation, as a nation, we're supposed to be one body, and we don't want to do anything to put the body at jeopardy. We want to make sure, Lord willing, we're doing things right. We want to be sure we're doing things correctly. If we're not doing things correctly, right? It's going to be evident. Things like that will be evident. So we want to move in a spirit where our faith, our understanding, can increase the faith of others, right? Go to 1 Corinthians 3, right? Because remember, this is what we do. We don't do this of ourselves. It's not for us. It's for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? All of this is for the Most High. This is the will of the Most High, right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse number 3. It says, For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envy and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? Because in the church of Corinth, there was a lot going on, man. Some different kinds of fornications, man. Right? And that stuff like that causes divisions, right? It says, verse 4, For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye yet not carnal? Because we're not of men. We're not of men when we're not of anyone. I'm not of Brother Ariel or Brother Makawan or Brother Devow or any of the brothers, right? I'm not of these people. We're of the Most High. That's carnal. Oh yeah, I'm in this guy's. I'm in this guy's camp, right? This is of the Most High. It's of the Most High's doing. It says, who is then Paul and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believed. So these people, they're just ministers who we've got the understanding and the truth from. They're not the Most High, right? They're not. That's not Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Which is the name of the Most High God in the name of His Son, right? So it says, I'll read it again. It says, 1 Corinthians 3 and 5. Who then is Paul and who is Apollos, right? But ministers by whom ye believed, even as the Lord gave to every man. So every man has an office. Every man has a teaching, or thing that they're, very good at, right? So who are these men, right? They're just people, ministers by whom we've believed that the Lord has put the Spirit in them to teach. That's why you have many different, men amongst Israel that are teachers, right? And they have all different offices where that they excel at, man. And that's just the Spirit that the Most High has put on them. But it says here, I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. So it's the Most High God that gives the increase, whether it's this guy, whether it's that guy, right? You may see many different things, right? YouTube, many different Israelites. But at the end of the day, it's the Most High that allows the increase to prevail, right? So it says, look, this is the point now as well. It says, verse 7, so then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, just like Paul or Apollos. They're nothing, right? Not saying they're not anyone, but in regards to the Most High, right? The Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? They're nothing, right? That's just the groundworks. You should just be doing that naturally. You should just be in that spirit anyway, right? It says, but Yahweh that gave the increase, You know what I'm saying? It's Yahweh that gives the increase for people to understand, right? So we don't do this we don't do this thing of men, right? This is not a thing of men. Right? I'll put another precept. Right? This is all of the Most High, right? I can't. Let's get right into it, right? So let's go to that word fornication, man, right? Because hey, man, people will just tell you, hey, fornication is this, man, and then now you think fornication is just some you touched her face, or that's fornication. Nah, fornication is deeper than that, man, right? So fornication really goes back to playing the harlot, right? But let's see what fornication is considered here, right? So they say here that, right, it says, sounds Greek word, right? Fornication refers to consensual intercourse between a man and a woman, a man and especially single woman who are not yet married to each other. Also, the crime of engaging in fornication, compare adultery, right? So, you know, they say here that Google, well, that's how you have to really study, man, because they're going to tell you stuff that are really, bits and pieces of it, man, and not in the entire truth. You know, they're not going to really give you the whole truth, of that, man, right? And even that, let's get right. We don't want to believe in just fables, man, and just something that anybody just said. Right? This is First Timothy 1 and verse 4. It says, "Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do." So we don't want to give heed to just lies and things that people don't really know, man. They're just making up points and, making you believe things that aren't in the scriptures, or it's a misunderstanding, man. Right? Because that's what happens when you, like Paul's writings, man. Right? It's like Peter was saying, when you read Paul's writings, you'll see that Paul, right? Man, Paul was really he was, how he spoke was just very eloquent, let's say. So it was hard for people to understand what he was saying, man. Right? So this is 2 Peter 3 and 15. It says, "And count the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul, also according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you." So Paul had wisdom, right? And he wrote unto the Israelites, right? Paul, right? And it says, "As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction." So some people, they'll take Paul's writings, or they'll take the understanding of the Bible and completely not understand what they're talking about. They'll mix up doctrines and then make false doctrines and teach you it, man, right? And tell you, hey, throw your £20 in that basket. You don't have to pay them for understanding, man. You shouldn't have to pay for the truth, right? So some people wrestle with these doctrines, man, right? With these scriptures to their own destruction, man. Let alone just Paul's writings, right? See that? So let's get Hebrews 13 and verse 8, right? And it says, "Yahushua HaMashiach, so-called Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever." So, the Most High doesn't change. And Christ didn't bring anything that, was contrary to the Most High. And he just said, "Yeah, well, I'm teaching you something different." emphasized on things, gave us wisdom, more applicable wisdom that was for us to understand and to learn, to dive into, right? It says, be not carried away with diverse and strange doctrines, right? Diverse and strange doctrines, that's like a river, right? And you jump in the water and you can't swim, right? Strange doctrines, man. Tossing you to and fro all over the place, man, right? It says, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats which have not profited them that have been occupied therein, right? And the things that are carnal, man, right? We don't want to move carnally in this thing. We want to make sure we're studying the answer, right? We want to study the answer and be able to do that correctly, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 28. It says, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. See that? So, and it's okay to hold your peace, man. You don't have to answer someone trying to figure something out. You might kind of say, it's always good to be humble and just say, look, let me get back to you on that one. There's no harm in that, man. That's good. That's a good thing to say. But it says the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. So the mouth of the wicked, they're going to say, they're gonna just ramble on, man. No precepts, no discernment, right? No, you're going to have that, man. No discernment, right? You're going to have zero discernment to understand things, man. Study and then increase the brethren as well, man, right? Because even when you read on it, it says the Lord is far from the wicked. So if the Lord's far from the wicked, that means they're going to be having that understanding when they're making prayer and supplication unto the Most High. The Lord's not hearing them because he says he's far from them, right? He's far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. You know, that means, and that righteousness, right? That righteousness is what? Right? It's your faith. Your righteousness is your faith. Right? This is Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, which, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness, which is by faith. So you want to be in that spirit of Noah, man, right? He was moving in the spirit of faith, right? That's his righteousness. That's what righteousness is counted for. People say, oh, what was Paul talking about? Paul was saying he wasn't some scoffer, man, right? Paul, when you read through his epistles, sometimes he's speaking to different groups of people, man, Israelites, but in different mindsets, man. You got Epicureans, right? You got you can read about that through Acts, man. Epicureans, right? Those that believed in the gods of Gnostics as well, right? That's who Paul was dealing with, these kind of guys, man, right? And they're false gods, man, right? You have the many men, man, right? That Paul have to deal with, man. Philosophers. That's where you read about that, man. Right? Let me pull it up. Right, Acts. Let's do this. It's Acts 17, right, and verse number 18. Right, it's Acts 17 and verse 18. It says, then certain philosophers of the Epicureans, man, see that's that philosopher spirit, and of the Stoics encountered him. And some said, what will this babbler say? Other some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, but because he preached unto them Yahushua and the resurrection. So you have many different types of people that were existing, right, and had different understandings in that time. It's like today, man. right? Philo meaning the love of that's what that really word goes into, right? So if you type in, let's say, philo, right? Philo means the liking or loving or something. Denote, see that? Right? Philo, denoting a liking of a specific thing. So, right, that word mean in the Greek, love, right? So if you're let's say philosopher, you're a lover of believe it's obviously philosophy, right? So saying the word of wisdom, right? So that's what you had, man. One is a pursuit of wisdom or of learning, right? Right. So that's what that would be. Right, but let's get into that whole right. Right, we're gonna go to Leviticus 19. Right, fornication. My fornication isn't just a one thing, man. People say, "Oh, fornication is just sex before marriage." Right? You're not gonna get that, man. Right? So you got to study the scriptures, man. Right? So this is Leviticus chapter 19. So like I don't know why it's called that. Well, I do know. It's Leviticus 19 and verse 29. It says, Leviticus 19 and 29, it says, "Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness." Right? So that's plain. Right? This is not Lord willing, we have enough faith and discernment to say, okay, well, it's only should we only, we only keep the 10 commandments, right? Let's only try to keep the 10 commandments. What is, right? This is something that the so-called black community, the Israelite community, this is something that we've forgotten, man, right? So that word for, where is it? Zana, right? The word or, right? That word is to commit. See that? So zana.
Strong's H 2181. Zana. Zana.
Right. It's a verb. It means, it says about translates as well in a fuller manner of harlot, go a whoring, whoredom, right? Commit fornication, whorish, harlot, commit continually. Can you see that? Commit continually, man. So a fornicator like Esau, right? Profane, right? How can Esau make it into the kingdom? Okay, is he gonna make it? Right? You got Jake's coming up and they asked that. Is he gonna get there? What about him? Well, he's profane. Now, this is Hebrews 12 and verse 16. This is lest there be any fornicator, right? Or profane person. It's like one and the same. A fornicator is someone that's profane. You're moving in that profane spirit, right? It says, as Esau, right? Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So Esau, he was profane, right? Esau was, he went a whoring, man. Right? I didn't have that on the screen, so like it. Right, let me pull that up again. Right, so see if I just share the window. Right. So Hebrews 12 and 16, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Right. So again, profane and fornicator, they're one and the same, right? And if you're profane, I'm spelling madness right now. Profane, right? That word profane, it says, where is it? Here we go. Look, this second one. Of a person or their behavior not respectful or religious practice, irrelevant, right? Irreverent, right? A profane person might be tempted to violate the tomb, right? And God knows what you're doing if you're violating a tomb, right? And other words that kind of go back to that. Look at that. See the late Middle English word for that, right, is a heathen, right? And the heathen, right, they're profane, right? And the Israelite can be profane as well. Because you can treat your Israelite brother, like it says, I believe in Matthew 18, I like unto the heathen, man, right? Because they are desecrating themselves, right? They're violating themselves, or they're violating somebody else, right? They're degrading themselves, right? They're polluted, contaminated, right? Even here as well, it says blasphemous, man, foul and vulgar, right? Like unto Esau, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So, hey, that's like Esau, man. He sold his birthright, right? Oh, Jacob. Right? He sold it, man. He sold his birthright. Right? So, hey, man, that's what it is. When you go into Leviticus 29, that word for, let me go back to it, the word for whore, right? Zana in the Hebrew, right? The Yiddish Hebrew, so called, says to commit fornication, be a harlot, play the harlot, right? And you got many, many harlots, man, amongst the so-called black community, so-called Hispanic community, Native American community, right? The Seminole Indian community, man. The Israelites are scattered abroad. You got many, man. And that's that spirit that you have in the world today, man. Right? So it says as well to commit fornication, be a harlot, play the harlot. To be a harlot, act as a harlot. Just like we say, you see that? So like, yeah, just like we will say, right, the so-called Amalek, man, right? He's Ish, man, because of that suffix. He's acting like one. You got our people, because we have that cover over our eyes, right? Acting like harlots, man, and whoremongers. It says commit fornication, to commit adultery, to be a cult prostitute, right? That's right. God knows what would come up for this meaning here, right? It says to be unfaithful to God, man, and that's a big one because you have spiritual fornication, right? Playing the harlot again, to cause to commit adultery, to force into prostitution, to commit fornication, right? So these are examples, right, of playing the harlot. So as an Israelite, you're commanded to not prostitute your daughter, man. Right? You're not supposed to do that, right? You may have grown up in this society, that. Hey, boy, you repented, Lord willing, and you're moving in the spirit of sincerity, man. Right? Gotta be sincere. And if you're not being sincere, how do you expect the Most High to really actually to deal with you, man? Right? This is a book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and I'll start at verse. So like, yeah, I got a better precept, but another verse actually, right? This is Jeremiah chapter. I'm gonna put it up in the standard KJV, right? It's Jeremiah 3, and I'm gonna start at verse number 1. It says, actually, it's like verse 19, right? Because Israel, we understand like Israel. Well, let's get that first, right? Let's get this is Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So Israel is a comely and delicate woman, right? We are likened unto a most delicate woman that's being bidded to the marriage, right? Committed spiritual fornication by worshiping all these idols, man. Right? These rocks and these crosses, man. Because some people worship these things, man. Some people generally go and they worship idols, man. Hey, even American idols, man. Right? People, hey, this is not what I said, man. This is what Google said. Right? You see that? So, yeah, man. You got idols, man. Right? That's spiritual fornication. As a woman, we've left our husband, man. Right? People say, "Oh, why you say?" Well, because Israel is like unto a man, right? See, that Israel is like unto a woman, right? Being bidded back to the marriage that we once had with the Lord, man. Right? So Isaiah 54 and verse number 5, it says, "For thy maker is thine husband." So our creator is our husband, right? And that's not on no funny business. You've got to be mature when you're, dissecting the scriptures and reading through the scriptures, right? It says, "The Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, Mashiach. The God of the whole earth shall he be called." See that? So our creator, Yahweh, or Shemi Haushai, and he's our husband, right? And Christ is saying the same thing too, right? So book of Matthew, chapter 25 and 1, it says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet their bridegroom." And Christ is that bridegroom, right? Israel is, that woman being called back onto the marriage, man, right? Being called back onto the marriage, right? So that's Jeremiah. Go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3. I'll start at verse number 14, right? Jump back on that. But this is Jeremiah 3, and now I'm going to Jeremiah 3 and 14. It says, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you." And I will see that the Lord is married unto us, right? Unto Israel, and I will take you, one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. Right? So the Lord is going to bring us unto Zion, right? That's where the Lord's going to bring us onto. But the point is that we are married unto the Lord, right? That's what we that's what us departing from the Lord, right? That's contrary to that, because we're supposed to be Israel. We're supposed to be married unto the Lord. Meaning what? We're on one accord, right? Because when you're when you're on one accord with your as a wife, your husband, or as a man, your wife, when you're on one accord, right? What does that do for you? That's beautiful to the Most High, right? This is Sirach 25 and 1. "In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before God and men." The unity of brethren, that unity is important. The love of neighbors, and a man and a wife that agree together. That's something that is beautiful unto the Most High, right? When it's because marriage is an honorable thing, right? And Lord willing, we'll go into that, right? So let's go back into these laws, right? This is, because hey, man, it wasn't a light thing in the ancient time to, because today, man, people are, what's the word, man? Right? Nelly Furtado spirit, man. Promiscuous, man. People are very promiscuous in today's day and age, right? Just promiscuous, man. Right? With zero intention to be what's the word, man? Right? People are just giving up, right? And doing all kinds of folly that's contrary unto the Most High. Let's put it like that. Right? That word promiscuous, right? It says having or characterized by transient sexual relationships. Right? What does that mean? Transient. Lasting only for a short time. So that's not sincere. That's just because we want to. Yeah, we feel like it. And that's what, right? Let's go back to that actually. It says lasting only for a short time. Right? Temporary, short-lived, short term. Right? Right. And that's what promiscuous goes back to, man. It's just a casual thing. It's just a normal thing. Right? They're young, they do it. We shouldn't have that kind of spirit, man, amongst our people, man. Right? Because that's you just trying to fulfill your lust, man. Just to telling me about this guy and selling fish and selling certain foods, man. And he's damn saying, well, you can eat prawns, man. You can eat prawns. No, that's just your lust, man. This is James 4:3. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. So people want to consume and devour women or men, man, right? Upon their lust, man. And that's something that's not going to allow you to inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. You're not going to make it like that, man. You know, because this is James 4:4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh. So, hey, man, you pick a side of the fence. Are you on this side or that side, man? And the Lord already knows where you're going to end up. So that's why you got to put your brick in, man. At the end of it, the Lord knows that, okay, yeah, he were never going to make it. He was never going to make it. That's how the Lord will look at it, man. And the Lord knows what your mind's on, what your mindset, right? The Lord knows that. Okay, let's get Leviticus, right? 21. Because they would have burned them with fire, man. Right? They would have burned them with fire. That's Leviticus 21:9. I'll start, verse 9. It's Leviticus 21:9. It says, and the daughter of any priest, right? Any Levite priest. And we are priests, man, in this day and age. Right? Real quick, let me jump to that, right? 1 Peter 2:9. It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, right? So we're a royal priesthood as a nation, right? And holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So, hey, man, we are a priest, man, right? The daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, right, committing fornication, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. You see that? So that's showing you what, man, that, you know, the daughter of a priest, man, why didn't they burn up Mary, man? But why didn't they burn up Mary? Right? He was saying, oh, well, you know, she's, because if Joseph, and that's where people's confusion is just messed up, man. If Joseph wasn't the literal father, right, of Yahushua, then wouldn't Joseph have, bring this woman so she can be burnt, man? Because, it's the Holy Spirit, man, and that's the zilch and zero understanding that some people have. Right now, they're saying that the Most High, he's from the tribe of Judah. That's not in the scriptures, man. Saying Yahweh is from the tribe of Judah. That's just crazy, right? Let me read on. Right, no, that was it. I'll go to Genesis chapter 37, 38, I think it is, right? Genesis 38, right? And right, marriage is honorable, man. Right? Some people teach, if you spill seed, right? And you should be replenishing the earth, man. People teaching if you spill seed and using this account to say it was off. No, it was off because this I believe is Onan, right? This is Genesis 38:9. It says, and Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went into his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, right? Lest that he should give seed to his brother. Can't use this account because he was supposed to raise up seed, right? And right, it says, and the thing which he did displeased the Lord, which he slew him also. So, hey, man, he was spilling seed, man. So he was still laying down with his, you know, with his brother's wife after his brother was deceased, right? And his brother didn't have children. That's why he had to raise up seed. That's why it was off. Right? Saying, well, you have to everything. Hey, man. You know, you got just have discernment, right? You have discernment, right? But I'm gonna jump down. It's Genesis 38 and 24, right? It says, and it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law, right? Because obviously, when you read in this account, she was supposed to be married to one of the sons of Judah. Tamar thy daughter-in-law have played the harlot, right? And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. So Judah said, hey, man, just like in the time of the Maccabees, man, right? He burnt Judas Maccabees, man. He burnt up the heathen, man. You kind of said, hey, bring her forth to be burnt, right? Because obviously, hey, man, you know, she's played the harlot, man, committed fornication, right? And obviously, it was him that laid down with her, right? And that's why in certain cases, man, there's sins. You say, why did this happen? Well, because these are things that shouldn't have happened, you know. And that's why you got to remember the commandments, man. You know, see that? Because it was Judah that done it. Judah was the one that laid down with her, man. Right? And that's where we have to have that. That's where we have to have that wisdom, right? You can't just do what the hell you want in this truth. You have to be accountable. You have to be accountable, man. Right? Because you want to have a good name, right? You want to have a good name in this truth, man. And in the kingdom, Lord willing, man. Right? Imagine come judgment day now. Oh, what did you do? I didn't know what you done, man. Right? This is Proverbs 20. Yeah. Proverbs 22. Now start verse 1. It says, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold, man. So it's important to have a good name. Imagine you're just known, yeah, this guy's got 5 baby moms. And he doesn't look after none of them. And you're on all these kind of shows, man, Maury, and they're chasing you, and they're saying you're not the father, man. Right now you're in the You Are Not the Father compilation. You're running backstage, you're running, you're sprinting away. And he's doing backflips, man, because that's not his child. Right? So it's important to have a good name, man. Right? You don't just want to be put into a pit, right? Like, pull this precept up, man. Right? This is Proverbs 22, so like 14. Right? This is Proverbs 22, verse 14. Right? It says, the mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. See that? He that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein. So the Lord will set you up. And now you fall by a woman, man. You just think about women 24/7. You're just thinking, woman. That's it, man. You have to get a life. You have to get in these scriptures, man. Otherwise, you just say, well, woman. I need a woman. Hey, nigga, you need the kingdom, man. Right? Salakia, you need the kingdom, man. You can't just be moving like you can't be moving like a niggard, man. Right? Because a woman will bring you to a piece of bread, just like a wisdom woman. And a man could bring you to the same as well. Right? So you want to be very circumspect and very diligent, man. Right? Because Satan's lurking, man. Satan knows, just like Esau knows your algorithm, man. The circle white man, he has his algorithm set up. He knows when you click this on Instagram, you click that. and that's gonna keep on coming up on your screen. Why is this naked woman? Well, because brother, you clicked it. You didn't even press not interested, man. Press not interested when you're seeing these damn harlots popping up on the screen, right? This is First Peter 5 and verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour," man. Right? Because Esau's got algorithms, man, and they want you to be promiscuous, like Nelly Furtado, right? Algorithm. You got to, right? Let's check how do algorithms, and you see Esau, look, see right how I'm talking about it. You say something, your mic's on or whatever. Esau already knows what you're looking for, man. He knows what you're looking for. So that's Esau, right? The physical shaitan, right, of this place. How about the spiritual demon Satan, man? How much more so him? He's set up there with 700,000 of his legions, man. Yeah, this guy, this is what he likes. And they're all round one computer screen, and they're waiting for you to tap that. And once you say, yeah, you spent 5 seconds, 3 seconds on that thing, hey, they're all on you, man. And you're just adding demons and demons all onto you, bro, because you're just watching folly. I'm going to make it to the king. I'm going to make. But when you get home from camp, you've damn turned on your phone. Now you're calling up. Hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, Shalom, sis. She has no idea what Shalom is, man. Shalom. Hey, Shalom. Yeah, nah, you good. Yeah. You're trying to talk to her, man. She's not dealing with that. But she is, because she, and that's where you could kind of manipulate certain scriptures to fit your idea if you're not moving righteously, man. Right? So these are algorithms. Algorithms are step-by-step instructions that process input data to produce an output. Right? So it says they are a fundamental part of a computer programming and are used to solve problems and perform tasks. Right? So this is the search, the search algorithm, right? And the social media algorithms, right? These are the two important ones, really, right? These are the two important ones. Social media algorithm monitor user behavior and interest to personalize content recommendations. So if you're just searching on your computer, or you're searching on Instagram, or you're looking at certain things, man, you're just looking at damn harlots, man, and just men all day on your Instagram. You're going to start seeing on your search page guys doing this, right? And they're wearing certain shirts and everything's exposed for you to see, man. You're going to see these women in near to nothing all on your For You page. And you're scratching your head. Now, because you got a rib. You have a rib. You got a wife, right? Your rib saying, oh, let me see your phone. She's looking for your phone. Now you're scratching your head. Now you're like a damn monkey. You're scratching your head. You're wondering, oh, I don't know how I got there. And you do know, man. That's the interest that are they were recommended because of your content and stuff you like to look at, man. Right? That's how it works. That's how algorithms work, man. I've seen brothers in America. Hey, they were talking about this, man. You're kind of known by your you might not say nothing, man. You might be quiet, but hey, if you turn that phone on and let's go through your For You page, man. We look at it, we start seeing certain things. Hey, that's gonna tell you what you need to know, man. Right? Brothers kind of breaking it down and saying, the brothers were together, and then they kind of want to see everybody's want to see everybody's For You page, man. Look through it, and it's just all lewdness and God knows what, man. So that will let you know what you need to know, man. Ask the brother, can I see your For You page? Nah, my phone's dead. His phone's on 100%, nearly going on to 102%. Oh, no, my phone's dead, Ark. My phone's dead, Ark. You can't use that, Ark. I need to call my mother, Salak. And he's trying to step out. And he's trying to go outside. And now he's deleting his Instagram so he doesn't do it, man. Right, that's funny. Right? And this is a search algorithms. This input is a search query. The algorithm searches a database for relevant results. And output is the results. So There's certain things you'll do on your computer. You know, now you start getting all these weird things popping up, man. Right? And, you know, coming out of the world. That's something you got to do. You can block certain things. Hey, brothers have certain apps. I believe, you know, you can find certain apps where they kind of prohibit or stop you from going on certain websites, man. If that's your loss, man. And Christ has given you, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has given you the strength to fight these kind of demons, man. Oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can, man. You got to man up, man. Right? That's what communication does, man. When you have communication with people, hey, that's like me. I like to, a lot of the time, kind of, you know, kind of cool about it. You saying good? Okay, yeah. That's how you're supposed to do it, man. It's Matthew 10:1. It says, and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of disease, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. And to be an addict, right? That's a disease, man. Right? Addiction, hey, that's a big spirit, man. Right? If you're an addict, you're addicted to a particular substance, typically an illegal drug. And yes, man, these lewd sites, that's an illegal drug, man. That's an illegal substance. That's that substance, right? That really dark and demonic substance. Hey, that's sin. That's the top used substance throughout the whole entire planet, man. Right? Sin. It's the number one. People are putting it in. Sin can come in many different forms, man. Right? Sin comes in many different forms. And if you're not being circumspect, you're going to be devoured, man. Right? Oh, how did this happen to me? You know how it happened to you, man. You walked right into the predicament. Right? You walked right into it. Right? Yeah, precept. Right? Because in the time of you know, in Sodom and Gomorrah, man, and there was, you know, other cities that were around about. Hey, man, they were going off, man. That's like the world today, man. It's just full of wickedness, man. This is Genesis 18:20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great. Right? The cry of Sodom and Gomorrah today is great, man. You got people, you know, in the GTA adverts, man. They got, you know, you can see it. Adverts that are showing so-called black ladies in a game advertised, shaking their behinds for an advert for a virtual game, man. This is just Sodom and Gomorrah type beat, man. It says, and because their sin is very grievous. So whatever kind of wickedness, and it's just not sodomy that was going on there, man. Right? You had all kinds of wickedness. Right? You had all kinds of wickedness, man. Right? It was just sodomy. It was more than that, man, because I believe Gomorrah, that word Gomorrah, right? I believe that goes into bestiality. Right? It says submersion. The twin city with Sodom, both destroyed, right, by Yahweh with fire from heaven. Right? So it's just of iniquity. Right? Let's see if they have that word. Right? But I think let me see if I can find one. We know what sodomy is, right? They're gonna let's see if they change it. See that Sodom, yeah, burning, man. Because now you're gonna get, you know, all these plagues upon you, man. Right? When you get down, that's what happened to Alexander, man. Right? That's fornication. Fornication isn't just one thing. People say, fornication is just sex before marriage. It's not just sex before marriage, though, man. Right? It'd be fornication if, you know, you lay down with a woman and they don't look after her. That's fornication. You just causing her to be a whore. Right? Precept I wanted was First Maccabees. Right? Alexander 8. Right? First Maccabees 1:5. It says, and after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Right? In the Greek time period, right? Let me type it in, right? Greek, homo, right? They had all kinds of lewdness, man, and that was a norm. This was a norm in the Greek Empire. People say, "Oh well, he wasn't." People trying to debunk, this Netflix film that they made, man. This was a norm in the Greek Empire, man. And the Greeks are still on the earth today, man. Right? See that? But I'll finish this point, right? This is Genesis 18 and 21. It says, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. So the Lord knows, man, if the Lord knew, man. That's why it got destroyed. Right? The Lord knew. Oh, well, nothing, Hey, man, some things is like, you have to really be spiritually awakened, man, to flee from it, man. Right? You gotta resist the devil, man. Right? This is Ecclesiastes 1. And these things are still going on today, man. This is normal. Right? Start at 1 and 4. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. It says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. Meaning what? And these generations that were in existence in the time of Son, hey, they're on the earth today. They didn't just disappear and they're just hiding in some corner, waving flags and saying, yeah, this is us. No, right? You know them by what? Their fruits. You must have been one of the guys in Sodom and Gomorrah, or one of the girls, man. Right? You might have been the guy at the door of Lot's apartment, man, that staking the door to try and get in. Let them up so we can know them. What kind of spirit, man? What kind of spirit is that, man? You're trying to devour everything you see, man. It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So this is not a new thing. When you see things like, the Greeks, Alexander he's not Alexander the Great, Alexander the Freak. And this is what the so-called white man's, he comes from that, man. Alexander wasn't he was Arab, he was an Edomite. Right? It says this is a homosexuality in ancient Greece. Right? And Greece is not a Greek, or Greece is not a biblical nationality. Right? It's not a biblical nationality. Right? That word Greek, or Greek, where you see that was a term widely used for all nations of people. You know what I'm saying? When you go to that word, it was widely used. Right? That's why the lady that was a Syrophoenician, she was called a Greek. Why is she called a Greek? I thought, she was called a Greek. It was it's like saying, he's a British, right? He's an American. These are terms that are widely used on all nations of people, right? So you have to really study, man. It says, you see that the freakism that took place. It says in classic antiquity, writers such as Herodotus, Plato, Xenophon, Athanasius, and many others explored aspects of it. Why would you want to explore aspects of that? It's just, you gotta have a turn, like, you know what? How could it's the spirit behind it is wicked, right? Explored aspects of homosexuality, right? It's madness. And they got these on let's see this, man. If I type in London traffic lights, right? Gender neutral. Right, you got these London traffic lights, gender neutral, man. Right? So the tax pays money. You think, yeah, I'm paying council tax, I'm paying whatever tax. And your tax is being put to this. Right? You're paying for this, man. You're paying so that in Trafalgar Square, you can see all of this on the lights. Right? And they got rainbows on the crossings, man. Right? You paid for this. Right? If you're in the UK, you paid for this, man. Rainbow, look at this, man. Rainbow Six Siege. That's what it's gonna be probably, man. Rainbow crossings, man. See that? You see that? So some people they don't really want to walk over these, right? You might get a spirit if you walk over this. Now you turn up the camp. Hey, Shalom Kings. Now you moving, you know what I'm saying? Right? See that? First permanent. Jesus, you see that? Jesus loves. Right? So, hey, yeah, hey man, see that? Hey, that's what the people are writing, man. Right? And they put this. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but this is a virtue signaling, man. Right? That's a term, right? These are virtue signaling, right? See, it's not derogatory, man. It's not a derogatory term, right? Why is it derogatory? It says the public expression of opinions or sentiments intended, so it's intended to demonstrate one's good character or social conscience or the moral correctness of one's position on a particular issue. But it's not, it's just lies. These are, because where's that for so-called black people, man? Where's this, we don't have, there's no intention, or sentiment, for us, right? So to say. So that's what they do, man. We want to look like we're helping, right? You see that? Virtue signaler, vegan and cat lover, right? Virtue signaler, because he's probably not a vegan, right? See, these images they talk, right? Look here, look. Oh, here's a good example. It says my Tumblr post about feeding the homeless got 10,000 reblogs. It's so very satisfying to make a difference in people's lives, but then you walk past. So that's the concept of virtue signaling, and that's what really, these flags and they try and put in black and brown and for black people. Yeah, here you go, black people. You just work. You're just a crayon, right? So back to homosexuality in a Greek society, it says the most widespread and social significant form of same-sex relationships in ancient Greeks amongst elite circles was between adult men. Listen to this. Was between adult men and pubescent or adolescent boys. And I believe that's young, known as pedestry. Madness. Marriages in ancient Greek between men and women were also age structured, with men in their 30s commonly taken whilst in their early teens. Right? So pedestry, man. This is a freakism, right? This pedestry. And many these elites, they kind of be getting down with that, man. Right? So hey, that told you the spirit that certain people moving, man. Right? They're moving in that burning spirit, man. And wanna, that's their lust, man. Strange and diverse lusts. Right? Right? That's a form of fornication. That's one type of fornication, man. Right? According to the Bible, man. Right? So let's get another one. Right? This is right. Fornication is not just that idea of before marriage to late. It's not just that. That's not even depends on how that situation goes about, brother. Let's say this guy lays down with Jonathan. He lays down with Tamika, and he lays down with her. Then he stops dealing with her. He's just made her a whore. He doesn't want to be accountable. Right? He's making whores of the daughters of Zion. Right? This is Deuteronomy 22, verse 21. Right? This is going into a token of virginity. Right? Because in ancient time, they prove and show, look, hey, she was a virgin, but it might have a case where she might have not been, and this is how it would have been dealt with. This is Deuteronomy 22 and verse 21. It says, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of the city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she have folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house, so shalt thou put away evil from among you. Right? So they would stone her, right, with stones. So she died because that's a wickedness, man. Any sort of sin, you know what I'm saying, in Israel, that's got to be burned out, man. Right? Reading on, it says, if a man be found lying with a woman, right? This is fornication, right? A woman married to an husband. So if a man is found, so the man that's found lying with the woman that's married to her husband, the woman would be an adulteress, and a man would be an adulterer, right? It says then they both of them, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shall thou put away evil from Israel. Right? So that's fornication here. A woman that's married to a man lays down with another man. Right? You got amongst these rappers, man, and stuff like that, man. They just be passing women around like it's just damn Christmas presents. Yeah, and I take this, give me this, then that's how, and that's off. Right? That's just off. Right? And that's fornication, man. Right? That's fornication. Right, let's get a precept. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 23. Right? It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life. Right? Because that's what the law is, a light, a guidance to teach you, to guide you. Right? And as a man, I say this, this is not a grievous law, man. This is not a law that's, I can't. If you got some spirits, you got to fast, you got to pray and rebuke these things, man, and be around people that can correct you and give you guidance. You're just by yourself. You're never going to be able to rid that spirit. Really, you got to be doing some hardcore prayers, man, fasting. Right? Salakia. Right? It says, to keep thee from the evil woman. Right? From the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Right? We read that in Proverbs 22, and I think it's verse 14, man. Because a strange woman, hey, man, and that's Satan. Satan makes things seem nice. Oh, yeah, that would be good. And that's your mind. Satan just needs to know. It's like Esau. What is this guy like clicking? 5 Edomites run a computer, man. Just and he's typing it. Yeah, he clicked this, he's clicked this. That's how it works. Satan's just like that, man. Oh, yeah, this guy, he likes this. And all the demons kind of giggling in that, man. They're giggling, man, like some damn hyenas in Lion King, man. Laughing. Yeah, we got him now. We got this guy. That's what they'll do, man. Satan's smart. Right? So it says to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Right? You can't just hey man, you're past that age of being just strung away by a damn woman, man. Oh yeah, she had me going crazy, Ark. Right? And you just talking, you ain't even seen her. She could be a scammer. She could be trying to set you up, man. And that's, you have a lot of these things, man. These they call them in the UK setup chicks. Right? People have died to this, man. Right? And that's unfortunate. Right? They call them setup chicks. Right? Setup chicks, man. Right? The setup chick is not to do with chickens, man. Right? Damn setup chicks, man. Right? Look, let's see if it comes up, man. Right? What is a setup chick? Right? A setup chick. Look, see that? So this is on Reddit, right? Reddit, they're gonna be talking some stuff, man. It says there's a video of a supposed setup chick right? Getting her face cut on YouTube by some group. You see that? So a setup chick is a girl that would set a man up, man. And you just want to die. They say, no, don't die for a so-called nyash, man. Don't die for it, right? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. This is it then. It says set 'em up chick, or we call it set up chick, not a set 'em up chick, but it says a female that laws are simple, right? So you're simple, man, right? You're simple, right? You can't be simple, and it's not time to be simple, man. Jacob Trouble kicks off. You're still chasing women. Salaki King, I'll meet you guys at the spot, and you kind of go off, and now you're down hanging upside down in some guy's basement, man. Like it's Pulp Fiction, right? This is Proverbs 1 and verse 22. It says, "How long, ye simple ones?" So don't be simple, because the Lord's gonna laugh at your calamity, man. It says, "Will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." So, hey, man, you're simple, right? It says a female that laws, and just like wisdom could beat you up and lure you to your destruction, right? Laws are simple and naive dudes into an unseen or bad situation, in brackets, a robbery or fight or murder. See that? See that? So it says, "Man, that's a shame. What happened to bruh?" Scoffs. "Dude should have known she was a set him up chick. Any female trying that hard to get you to come to a part of town or area you don't know about is up to something, man. So they be existing, right? So that's why you gotta, have that light, man, to keep you from the strange woman, right? So look at this. Listen to this, man. The Bible is pure in what it says to you. It says, "Lust not," Proverbs 6 and 25. It says, "Lust not after her beauty in thine heart." Right? So you're just in your mind and you're thinking about her. Oh, Jesus, this woman, what's she doing? I wonder what she's doing. And that's like stuff you're doing when you was young, and but if you grew up, right, you might not have done it, man. Right? You're just thinking about her all day. This is not some Disney movie. It says, "Neither let her take thee with her eyelids," man. You see that? All right, let's see eyelids, right? Woman, eyelids, man, right? Because the eyes, man, they speak to you, man. Right? You got these E's, man. They be doing this eyelash stuff, man. Right? Eyelashes, and they kind of blink at you, right? And now you're in jail, right? These E's, man. They be doing all of this stuff, right? And they put this on, and then you got one glance, right? This to me is scary, right? It's like something's like who knows what it is, man, right? So these things, you look at her eyelids, right? Neither let her take thee with her eyelids, man, because she could set you up, right? Just because you saw her and said, yeah, I want that woman. And you're lusting after her in your mind, man, right? And then you go in and you're doing whatever, man, right? That's some kind of like a hex, right? Like a witchcraft, man, that she's put on you, man. And he just, this woman, he's thinking about her, man, right? It says, Proverbs 6 and 26, it says, "For by means of a whorish woman," and this is not, not saying all women are off, no, but there's a spirit that's, on certain people, man. You see that? It says, "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." Right? You're going from here to there to there. You can't settle down, man. And that's the thing where, you have to be wise with your decisions. As a woman, as a man, you got to be wise, man. right? This is Proverbs. This is Jeremiah 3:1, right? Because you don't want to be going back, and you want to be circumspect about who you're laying down with. Firstly, you shouldn't be thinking about that, man, if you just come into the truth. You should be setting your eyes. Firstly, let's get that on the kingdom. Set your eyes on the kingdom, man, because the Lord will add unto you abundantly, man. You're being sincere, man. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and I'll start verse 29. It says, "And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life." So if you've forsaken all these wicked things, man, right? You've forsaken them. The Lord will give you 100-fold, man. Right? That's a complete set of things, man. Might not be yet. Now you have 100 mothers, right? The Lord will bless you nonetheless. Whatever is fit for your portion and your lot, and what you can actually bear, right? So you set your eyes on the kingdom, man. We get a classic as well. So Matthew chapter 6, right? And we'll go straight to the point. Matthew 6 and verse 33. It says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh." Right? So that's what your eyes should be set on. Set on the kingdom. Don't think about this place here. People get excited. Well, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a dancer. Right? And now you're doing all kinds of things to get into these high positions and high places, man. So you've lost your integrity. You've lost your soul. Right? It says, "And his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Right? So don't worry about, oh, well, I don't know. Oh, she just makes me feel so good. Right? And now you just confounded, man. You setting your eyes on that. And that's idolatry. You just committing idolatry, man. It says, so all these things shall be added unto you, right? I read on, it says, "Take therefore no thought for the morrow." Right? Don't think, oh, well, tomorrow I'll do. Obviously, you can have a plan. Hey, that the Lord might set it up differently so that that's not the case. Right? In whatever way he does that. It says, "For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." Right? So we don't want to just, oh, well, hey, Lord willing, innit? Right? That's what we say, hey, Lord willing. Right? You can't serve two masters as well. Right? This is Jeremiah 3:1. It says, "They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's wife." Right? It says, "Shall he go? Shall he return unto her again?" Well, you're not gonna. Somebody's come to your house. They've trashed out all over it. There's feces there and stuff there. You're not gonna say, "Okay, well, I want my house back." You're gonna say, "Hey, look, keep that," because that's not worth the confusion and because that would be off. That's sin. That's off. "Shall he return unto her?" That's not it. That's off. "Shall not the land be greatly polluted?" Some guys say, "Nah, man, it's just fine." It is no, right? That's off. "But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet returneth unto me, saith the Lord." Right? "Return again unto me, saith the Lord." So that's Israel as a wife, man, committed spiritual fornication and gone off with all these nasty idols, man. Right? But the Lord, calls us back again. Right? But man, you can't, you have a wife, she laid down with, and then that would be off. And you laid down with her, that would be off. Right? get some more. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23. Yeah, that's what we're going into, man. Because it's accountability at the end of the day. Right? It's accountability, right? Real quick. Right? It's all about accountability. This truth is about accountability. It's 1 Timothy 8 and verse. Let's start at verse number 8. It says, but if any provide not for his own, like you don't provide for your woman, right? In this context, your woman, you don't provide for your woman, and especially for those of his own house, right? She would be. He have denied the faith. So you don't have faith. You don't really believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He's denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel, man. Right? You're worse than an infidel. Right? What's an infidel? Right? You see that? Spell check. Infidel, a person who has no religion or whose religion is not that of the majority. A crusade against infidels and heretics, a disbeliever, an unbeliever, a heathen, a pagan. You're an idolater, a heretic. So you don't want to move in that spirit of denying the faith, right? You don't want to be in it, man. Right? So this is a book of Deuteronomy 23. You get Deuteronomy 23. Because it's about accountability. Right? This is Deuteronomy 23 and verse 17. It says that Deuteronomy 23 and 17, so like it says, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Right? That's plain. Right? And again, like sodomy is not just a so-called men with men. Right? That's being a whoremonger as well. You're just freaking women off. Right? So you have to be accountable. You don't want to make a daughter, a precious daughter of Zion, and just defile her mind and make her a whore, man. Right? So these are forms of fornication, man. Just like dating those of the other nations, that's fornication. Right? That's fornication. Right? You can even see that in Genesis 6, man. People say, oh, well, these are talking about the Nephilim. Hey, where's that at, man? Right? See that? This is Genesis 6 and 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, right? That the sons of God, right? And the sons of God, real quick, we'll jump to that. I think it's in Luke 3, right? The sons of God, if we read it backwards, right? So the sons of God, right, they come from a particular lineage, right? They come from the lineage of, we read Luke 3 and 38, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God, right? So the sons of God is not everybody. You say, oh, the sons of God is everyone. No, right? You got to see that, and this is the wickedness that people imagine in their mind that comes up as well, right? Let me see. Type in Bible lineage, right? Because we can see the sons of God. The sons of God are not just these 15,000 foot giants smashing the ground everywhere, man. Right, let's see this one. See that? It's very blurry. Let's see. I think this one. You see that? So this is confusion. Where does it say that the serpent and Eve laid down? Right? We now understand that there was more than one Adam and one Eve, man. Right? Man was already created. It's Genesis 1 and 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female created he them. Right? There's just two people existing. And they're just looking at each other weirdly. Oh, what are you? And that's some fantasy crap, man. Right? So that's not in it. That's not in the Bible. Right? But I want to try and get this lineage of the sons of God. Right? This might be. Let me click this. All right, we'll take this. Right? So Adam, right, son of God. But you had obviously Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, right? And Cain had his own children. You read that in Genesis 4. Right? And they were all off. Oh, yeah, they were right. No, they were off. Abel, he died. And when you read about Seth, he was almost like let's say, I don't want to say replacement, but he was, you can say he was a replacement, but I'll read the scriptures. Genesis 4:25. It says, and Adam knew his wife again, and that means he lay down with her, right? And she bare a son and called his name Seth. For Yahweh said, for Yahweh said, she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. So he was another seed, right? That comes from the sons of God. And to Seth, and it says to him, also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. So Cain wasn't saying, it's lucky, you praise the Yahweh. He was doing it. Right? He's a reprobate, man. These kids naming cities after themselves. But that's the same spirit as the Edomites, man. Right? Naming, we're going to call this, what do they call it, man? Call it whatever they call it. You know what they call these names, man. Right? So these are the sons of God, right? Sons of God, they go back to this particular lineage, right? From Adam to Seth to Enos, Canaan, Mahalil, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, right? Through the Shemites, that's the lineage, right, of the sons of God, right? Ham is not a son of Abraham, right? He's invalid. He's out of the covenant. Japheth is not the son of Abraham either. See that? So everyone's I'm a seed of Abraham. You can't force your way into a door that never had your name on it. Right? It's like you see a door, it says the Jones family, and you're from the Parkers. You can't just rip the door. I'm home. No, that's invasion. Right? I believe they charge that, you can get charged for that in America, man. Breaking and entering. Right. So these are the sons of God, right? So the sons of God in Genesis 6:2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. So they saw these other women, man, that weren't of the seed of the sons of God. And they took them wives of all which they chose. So they just started going off. And that was off, man. And it said, that's why the Lord said in verse 3, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So the Lord said, hey, you guys are freaking off. All right, I got something for you. And you kind of reduce the age, man. You kind of reduce the age, right? This is another precept on that. So this is Genesis. This is Genesis chapter 3. And like I said, Genesis. So like it. It's madness. This is Genesis chapter 3. So like I keep saying this. It's 1 John chapter 3. And I'll start from, see that? 10. Genesis, see, 1 John 3 and verse 10, it says, in this the children of Yahweh are manifest. So the children of God. Right? See that? And there's a conjunction. Right? Right? And the children of the devil. So they are two sets of people. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of Yahweh, neither he that loveth not his brother. So you're counted obviously like a heathen for doing wicked to your brother, to your sister, right? Same way here, the children of the flesh, they are not chosen. They are that would be fornication, man. That's what was going on in Genesis 6. It was fornication. These other nations, that were not other nations, these other people that were around the sons of God went and committed fornication with them, right? According to the scriptures, hey man, that interracial dealing, hey, that's fornication, man. Right? And they're not of God. Right? They're not of God. And that's fornication. Right? That is actually fornication, man. It's playing upon tables, man. That's what you read in Romans 9. Right? That's why knowing the seed of people, right, is important. This is Romans 9. And I'll start at verse 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. Right? So if you the seed, because remember Abraham, right? We put up Abraham's lineage as well. We say, oh, what about Abraham? Well, let's pull up Abraham, right? Abraham, right? Because Abraham had children, man. Abraham, he was doing his thing, right? Abraham was 90, right? Pushing a very high age, to correct myself, and he was producing kids, man. He was blessed because having children is a blessing, right? This is a very good one, right? So even in Abraham's name, so it says, neither because they are all the seed of Abraham, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. So they're not counted of that seed. Oh yeah, this fan from Abraham. No, well, that doesn't matter, right? Because Keturah, right, one of Abraham's another wife of Abraham, Hagar, another, they are not chosen, right? Because the verse specifies, it says, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. In Isaac's seed, we have who? There's only two people in there, man. It's either Esau or Jacob, right? So that whole mixing of getting with other nations and stuff like that's fornication, right? That's fornication, right? So, right, and even let's kind of show that as well, man. That's kind of a sin. Some people say, oh, Solomon, he didn't sin. He just people making up stuff, man. They say, oh, Solomon didn't sin. It was because they took him away. It was wrong. It was a sin because when we read, let's read Nehemiah, I believe it. All right. I believe it's Ezra 10:10. Right? Because if it's not, why is it saying that it's a transgression here then? It's Ezra 10:10. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, ye have transgressed, so ye have sinned. You've committed iniquity and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. So taking strange wives, as did Solomon, and that's a transgression. Oh no, we don't see that as sin. We don't see that as sin, Ark. It was because he went into this and he went into it was off, right? Because it says these are strange women. This is 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, woman of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites. And you got these simple brothers, man. They'll say, you try to read them Genesis. You try to read them Deuteronomy 7. They're not trying to hear that. They say, people saying they got two harlots there, man. They're trying to say, it doesn't say, where does it say Edomites? Hey, they're strange women. Edomite woman, right? The so-called white woman, right? So-called. That's a strange woman. That's not an Israelite woman. That saith the Bible. And that was transgression. And these women, they took Solomon away from keeping the commandments, man, and being a righteous king and having faith. It says, verse 2, of the nations concerning the Lord. Listen. So if it's not, or if it's all right, and people, you can't have just harlots, man. Right? I'm sure you didn't mar her head and she took her head off, her hair off, and her nails. You didn't do that. And she mourned her family because she's supposed to mourn her family. Now you're just pulling her around certain places and recording it. That's just you just abusing the law, right? And you lack discernment, right? This is 1 Kings 11:2. It says this, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come into you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their God, Solomon clave unto these in love. So it's a transgression. Why is it saying that of the nations, and the Edomites are there, of the nations which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go into? But the Edomites are there. So that's fornication. Right? That's fornication. Oh, well, how do you know? Well, because they're strange women. Right? And let's even get it as well. It's Ezra, right? Ezra 9 and verse 12 is one of my favorite verses, man, to pull up. So this is Ezra 9 and 12. It says, now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace. Right? This Bible, well, why would they put that in the Bible? Right? Or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong. See that? So that fornication of mixing, right? If you're not doing that, that's going to keep you strong. Right? And eat the good of the land and leave an inheritance to you for your children, forever. So that's a good thing. Right? Now you're blessed. Now you're eating good every day. Right? To this day, you're eating good, man. Right? So you want to have that application, man. Don't just you simple jakes, man. They just seeing this damn Humpty Dumpty looking Edomite. Yeah, I just had to do it. I know you just been removed from the group chat. You just been removed. Oh, well, why was I removed? Well, King, you went off, man. You're supposed to be out here with the brothers, and you just done committed fornication, man. Right? You've just committed fornication. It's supposed to be war, right? You just there, you're laying. Oh, wow. You're just looking at people's feeds, and saying, "Yeah, this is it." Right? Bear with me. I'm trying to find the feature. Right? You can't just think you're just gonna tiptoe away. That's it. Tiptoe away around things, man. Right? Because that's how David went off, man. Right? Why his brother? They're out there putting in work. Maybe they're at camp. You're just thinking of women and just lust and wickedness and just evil. And then you're wondering, oh, how did I get here? How did I get? Well, you got there because, hey, that's your lot, man. This is 2 Samuel 11:1, and it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle. Right? So you're supposed to be at battle, man. You're supposed to be on a war, right? That David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel. And they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah, right? Rabbah, Salakia. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. So David come kicking back, right? If they had Snapchat, then he probably might have been a Snapchat man or something, man. It says, and it came to pass in evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof, he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. They just kind of peering down, like, right, kind of doing that. Right, and you just can't be easily tangled up, man, in these kind of things, man. Right, because, this is somebody's wife. And verse 3, and David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? So this is somebody's wife. This is somebody's wife. Right? It says, look at this, man. And David sent messengers and took her. And she came in unto him, and he lay with her. See that? So that's fornication. This is somebody's wife. You want to take her on brunch. You want to take her to brunch, and you want to lay down with her. You want to tell her stuff. You took her to brunch, man. Right? And lay with her. Now you're an adulterer, and she's an adulteress. Right? For she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. So that would be adultery, man. Right? And you don't want to move in that spirit where you're just easily maneuvered by the lips of a woman. Now you're just seeing girl, and you don't know how to act, man. Right? It's madness. Right? You're just seeing women, and you don't know what you just can't keep it together. Right? Have some self-control, brother, man. Have some self-control. Right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. Right? It says, and it says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So you have no protection. You have no spiritual armor on your body. You're just, what it is, what it is. No, it isn't what it is, because you didn't prepare. You let yourself fall into that predicament. Right? You don't have any rule over your spirit. Right? Going back to it, it says, this is Sirach 21 and verse 25. We're kind of going to wind down a bit now. Sirach 21 and 25, it says, Sirach 25 and 21. Right? It's the book of Sirach 25 and verse 21. It says, Shida, Sirach 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. So don't just see a woman and say, well, and you just ravished in your mind, man. That's just like the two false judges that came against Susanna, I believe it is, man. Yeah, man. I can't stop thinking about it. You just telling your brother I can't stop thinking about it, man. You're just stumbling at the eyes of at a woman, man. That's just simple. Right? Yeah, a woman cheereth the countenance, man. But hey, inquire of that woman and do it the right way, man. Inquire of her parents and kind of try and organize something to do with that, man. Like a marriage, man. Because marriage is a beautiful thing, right? Marriage is a beautiful thing, right? This is Hebrews 13 and 1, right? 4. It says, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers Yahweh will judge. So Yahweh will judge these whoremongers, man. They'll be judged. Right? That's why you gotta repent. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's grace and mercy, man. That's what that's what Christ brought, man. In the time was you would have died. I did want to go into more, but for sake of time. This is John 1 and 17. For the law was given by Moses, because the letter killeth, right? But it says, but grace and truth came by Yahushua HaMashiach. But that isn't some license to just do whatever. No, it isn't. Right? It isn't. But we still have to run that race, man. And that's like self-examining. You always have to have in your mind. And that's what the Lord does, man. You wouldn't have known that but by the law. Right? You wouldn't have known that but by what the law says, man. Oh, well, I didn't know where it's at. I didn't know how what to do in that situation. You just kind of set yourself up. you know, and that's why you got to be wary of these teachers, man. This is Romans 7 and verse 7. It says, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? Yahweh forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law, but I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet, because, hey, man, that's law, man. And that's how you know what sin is. By the law will tell you what's, hey, don't do this, don't do that. You know, and that's how you know what's wrong. Because you're coveting, you're desiring. You know, you just have dreams about women, man. And dreams about men or whatever, man. You're not really in this thing for the sake of being in this thing. Right? You don't want to move in that spirit, man. Right? You do not want to move in that spirit. Right? See that? So let's get a few more. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and I think it's 15. Right. 1 Corinthians 6 and 15, it says, know ye not that your bodies are the members of Hamashiach? So your body is the member of Yahushua. See that? It says, shall I then take the members of Hamashiach and make them members of an harlot? God forbid. Yeah, no, that's confusion. You're sowing confusion. You don't want to sow diverse, diverse lust, man. You don't want to sow wickedness, man. You don't want to, you don't want to put old wine with new wine. Right? You don't want to put, because, hey, man, you could, lust after the kingdom, man. What about that? Lust after the kingdom. Right? Imagine how much, harder you go for the most if you lost after the kingdom. I want the kingdom. Hey, imagine, man. Imagine how much work you put in. You be consistent. But, if you set your mind on the wrong things, what do you think? What do you think you're going to get? Right? This is 1 Corinthians 6 and 16. It says, what? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two, saith he, shall be one flesh. Because you don't want to be joined with a harlot, man. And that's where repentance comes in, man. Repentance allows you to repent. Well, yeah, it does, because that's basically what it does. But it's not to just continue and do what the hell you want to do. Right? So you don't want to have that, man. Right? And another type of fornication, you can read in like Leviticus 18, right? That's another account as well about certain types of fornications, right? Because in certain civilizations and nations, they had things that were the norm for them. This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 1. It says, it is commonly reported that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. That's referring to what? Right? Leviticus 18, man. Right? You taking your father's wife in that, man. Right? This is Leviticus 18, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. So that's fornication. That's a form of fornication. Right? It says, yeah, man, you gotta have that taken away from you. You gotta have that purged. It says, verse 2, and ye are puffed up, and have not rather mourned that he that have done this deed might be taken away from you. Because people like that, they get them away, man. Right? Get them away. Right? So you gotta be very wary, man. Right? Of that. Right? I'm gonna go to one more, man. This is Revelation 22 and 14. Right? So Revelation 22 and 14, it says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they might have the right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Right? So that's the goal, man. Right? Enter in to have the right to the tree of life and to enter into the city. right? But it says this, but for without are dogs and sorcerers, man, and witches, man. And you got many witches in Israel, man, right? Trying to just lay down with a guy, and now they just trapped him, and now you're my husband. You're my husband. Right? It says, and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie, man. So you just love sin. You got the mark of the beast, man. Right? That's what that is, man. You just love sin and wickedness, man. Right? You're gonna be without. Right? So that was, move on fornication, man. Right? Fornication. What is fornication? Right? Lord, when people were, edified, right? Praise the Messiah, how about Shimi Al Shaiman, Shalom.